weather together with forewarned meteorologist Daniel McFarland. Daniel, when can we see the rain moving into Tucson?
We probably have a couple hours, Destiny, so I think you're going to be just fine up until about that point. Well, when we look at a spot like Santa Rosa, they're already starting to see some heavier rain reaching their area. For Tucson, you can see we're basically all clear. So let's go ahead and check out this storm right here. And it looks like it's starting to build up a little bit, but you don't really know until you check the height. Remember, we checked this about half an hour ago, and it was sitting right about 15,000 feet. We want to see if this is going to build up anymore. And it looks like it's actually dropped a little bit. The range is getting a little bit heavier. So what that tells me is that the air there is pretty cool. And even though you're starting to see some heavier rain, it's not really building up into thunderstorms. But we could potentially see that later this afternoon if you live in a spot like Tucson, since our temperature is going to be a tad bit warmer than, say, central Pima County for the day today. Now, what's causing this is, of course, going to be that low pressure center coming up from the south. And it's because of the direction, which is why we see that thunderstorm potential. Because if it were to start off, say, where this low is and came down, it would mean it's too cool and we would just see that heavy rain. But for today, it does seem like a couple weaker thunderstorms are going to be possible. Now, for Wednesday, you're actually going to have two lows very close together, and it's going to make it very windy for your day on Wednesday. And thankfully, that should be clearing up by Thursday, and we're not going to be tracking any good rain chance for Thursday if you're trying to get out there for the rodeo parade during the morning. Now, the winds are something, as I mentioned, that is going to be coming up potentially later today if you live in that southern portion of Cochise County, or for everyone as you get into Wednesday morning. So keep in mind, this is going to be early Wednesday. You could almost see wind gusts as high as 70 miles per hour in Oracle, 65 in Bisbee, and even Tucson could be over 40 at that point in time. And that's going to be lasting throughout much of the day. So Nogales could easily see 50 to 60 mile per hour winds, and so could Tucson, mostly during the morning into the early afternoon before that starts to clear on up. Now, remember I said before, the thunderstorm potential for this morning is going to be very low. It's not going to be until the earlier part of the afternoon where we warm up a little bit and don't really see rain over the next couple hours that could take away those thunderstorm chances that you're going to begin to see them popping on up. So I think at around, say, 12, 1 o'clock, a couple weaker ones, no severe weather here, but the main issue is going to be heavy rain and lightning. Closer towards about 4 or 5 o'clock, we're going to cool off quite a bit. That might actually lead to some snow at the top of the mountains, and you're also going to start to see the rain heading out during that time as well. So between 5 and 7 o'clock, you're going to start to see everything kind of breaking up. And it's mostly going to be lighter versus what we're going to have earlier in the day. But in between Tuesday and Wednesday, we could even see as much as half an inch of rain here in Tucson, maybe even more in some areas, and especially on top of the mountain. Looks like over an inch of rain is going to be possible, if not snow, with the way the temperatures are going right now. But if you're in Tucson, no chance of snow for us at any point over the next 48 hours. High of 66, low of 44, nowhere close to the freezing point. And even once we're done with that system early Thursday, 37 is going to be the low temperature. So again, rodeo parade Thursday morning, bring your heavy jacket, because even with a high of 58 degrees, it's going to be pretty chilly throughout that entire morning, but at least the rain chances will be gone by that point. That was weather. Let's go ahead and check out traffic real quick before you go on outside. And we're still looking good on the roads. It doesn't seem like there's any reports of wrecks or major slowdowns. Of course,